There's something deeply wrong about hearing your own voice when you know you're alone. Emily didn't believe in ghosts or demons. She believed in logic, in reasons. But that night, when her own voice called her name from the kitchen, a voice that matched her tone, her breath, her fear, she learned some houses don't need strangers to haunt them. Sometimes you haunt yourself. Emily Carter had moved into the small rental on the edge of Pine Hollow, New York. The place smelled of rain and old wood. 2 bedrooms, uneven floors, a furnace that coughed at night. Her boyfriend Jason was supposed to stay, but a sudden work call dragged him back to the city, leaving her to spend the weekend alone. She told herself she liked the quiet. After years of city noise, silence felt like peace, until that night. At 11:47 p.m., her laptop glowed against the dark living room. Music in her headphones, the only sound the hum of her space heater. Then the porch light flickered. She looked up and froze. Outside, beyond the glass, someone was standing still in the fog. She blinked, and it was gone. Just her reflection staring back. Emily locked the door, laughed nervously, and sat down again. Minutes later, the hallway light clicked on by itself, then off, then on again. "Jason," she called, half expecting him to answer. Silence. Her phone buzzed. A text from Jason. "Just landed. You okay?" Her stomach dropped. She stared at the lit hallway until the bulb stopped flickering and stayed on, humming quietly. Then came a sound, soft, steady breathing from the darkness beyond. She raised her phone's flashlight and walked forward. The bulb buzzed and went dead. Darkness swallowed the corridor. She turned back and saw her laptop screen flashing white text on black. "I see you." Her breath hitched. The screen glitched. For half a second, it showed her own face, smiling. She grabbed her phone, but it wouldn't turn on. Panic rising, she ran to the door. Before she could touch the handle, it turned on its own. The door creaked open, and standing outside was her. Same hoodie, same face, same terror, but the double smiled. "You shouldn't have stayed alone tonight," it whispered. The door slammed. Emily stayed awake until dawn, lights on, shaking. When morning came, the house looked normal again, too normal. But the front door stood wide open. The porch was empty. No prints. No sign she'd dreamed any of it. Yet she knew something had entered that house and never left. She opened her laptop. Her design file was gone, replaced by a folder titled Recordings. 5 audio files, each timestamped between 3:11 a.m. and 3:23 a.m. She clicked one. Soft breathing, rustle of sheets. Her voice. "Are you awake?" Her voice again, whispering yes. "Don't open your eyes." She hadn't slept. She had been sitting right there at that time. Her stomach twisted. She deleted the folder. Seconds later, her phone buzzed with a new voicemail from an unknown number. She pressed play. Her own voice. "Why did you delete me?" Distorted static. "I told you not to open your eyes." Her fingers went numb. The phone kept playing even after she turned it off, the sound echoing from somewhere inside the room. She dropped it, ran to the bathroom, splashed water on her face, tried to breathe, but when she looked up, her reflection blinked a moment too late, and then smiled. Her reflection's lips moved, and the sound came from behind her. "You're not supposed to be awake yet." She spun, empty room. When she looked back, the mirror showed nothing at all. Emily grabbed her car keys and bolted outside. But when she reached her car, the engine was already running. The seat adjusted to her height. On the passenger seat, her phone played another recording. Her voice. "You can't leave. We're not done." She hurled the phone into the yard, slammed into the driver's seat, and sped away. The empty 2-lane highway cut through miles of forest. But every few minutes, she saw a woman walking on the roadside. Same clothes, same hair, always facing away, always still. By the time Emily reached the next town, her hands wouldn't stop shaking. She stopped at a roadside diner, its neon sign flickering in the early light. Inside, the smell of burnt coffee and syrup almost felt comforting. The waitress smiled kindly. "Rough night, honey," she said. Emily managed a weak nod. Then the waitress's face froze. Her eyes turned solid black. And in Emily's own voice, the woman whispered, "You shouldn't have left me there." Emily stumbled back, knocking her chair over. She blinked. The waitress looked normal again, confused, holding a coffee pot. "Sweetheart, you okay?" Emily forced a nod, but inside, she knew the truth. Whatever that voice was, it wasn't trapped in that house anymore. It had followed her. Emily didn't remember driving to the motel. 1 second she was at the diner. The next, she was standing in front of room 6 at a roadside inn, keys in her hand, the door already open. Inside, one suitcase. Hers. She didn't pack it. On the bed lay her hoodie, the same one she was wearing. She ran her fingers over the fabric. It was warm. She tried calling Jason again. No answer. No signal. She stepped outside, desperate to find anyone. Across the parking lot, a sheriff's cruiser pulled in. The officer, mid-50s, weathered face, calm voice, rolled down the window. "Ma'am, you okay? You've been reported missing since last night." Emily froze. "Missing? I'm right here." The man frowned. "Yeah, but we already found you." He motioned for her to step closer. In the passenger seat was a police report. Her photo, time-stamped this morning, signed by Deputy Collins. She whispered, "Who filed this?" The officer hesitated. "You did." They drove to the station. The road blurred past, lined with endless trees that looked identical, cloned. Emily stared at her reflection in the passenger mirror. Her mouth moved, but her reflection didn't. The officer glanced over. "You said you came here last night after the crash," he muttered. "Crash? Yeah. Single car wreck about 2 miles from your place. Driver still inside when we arrived. Looked just like you." Her heart stopped. Was she alive? He didn't answer. At the station, the air smelled of burnt coffee and paper. The officer led her to a small interview room and left. On the metal table sat a body cam, still recording. She hit play. Static. Then footage of headlights, broken glass, and her own voice screaming. The camera panned down to a crumpled car door, and her face behind the shattered window, eyes wide open, blood pooling at her collar. Dead still. Emily stumbled back, gasping. The recording kept rolling. In the background of the footage, another version of her, the one standing in the interview room right now, walked calmly away from the crash. The lights in the station flickered. Down the hallway, someone whispered her name, soft, familiar, coaxing. She followed the voice toward the holding cells. At the far end stood another woman, face hidden in shadow, wearing the same hoodie. "Stop," Emily whispered. The figure lifted its head. Same eyes. Same face. It smiled. "You're the one who died. Not me." The lights went out. When the lights came back, the hallway was empty. Her reflection, though, stayed on the mirrored glass, still smiling, still alive. Emily backed away, whispering, "I'm real. I'm real." But her reflection tilted its head, repeating the words a second too late, like an echo that learned to speak on its own.